Oh, what a nice little jittery metallical sound to come back to. Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lord. Where last time we were solving this pylon puzzle, which I think I just realized I have been vastly overthinking. Because, you know, we can turn these things on and off. So, all we need to do is just switch one of these things off. So let's turn it off. See, now it's off. And then we just turn it back on. On, and suddenly the two lines are back in power, two powered pylons. So that pretty much means we can do the same trick with the other pylon. So we just run over here. 555. Turn off power and lock out. And turn on the power.
Commencing primary reactivation of all primary systems. Self-diagnostic. Logic algorithm. Online. Primary scan detects no malfunction. Memory check in progress. Reading data banks. Order found. From ES-05. Let one organic enter M478's chamber. Opening the door to the planet's main behavioral core. Door opened. Hello, Naughtiest Khan. I can let you enter the main behavioral core, but only you. No droids nor life forms may accompany you.
Why?
ES-05.
Let one human, male, into M478's chamber. Answer any questions he might have unless instructed otherwise by either myself, IS-24, or M478. Do not reveal any information restricted by M478.
I don't like these terms, but very well. Wait for me at the Ebon Hawk. I'll take care of this. Enter boop. Right, so here we are. Nice and cleaned up. Hurricane and Opala crystals. Okay. That could be good. I have no idea. Terminal. Let's just open. Oh, and hello there! Not so dead after all. Right, let's open this sucker up. Log out.
You have found the Force again.
I never lost it.
Perhaps not. Thank you for freeing me from this tomb, hospitable though it may be.
What brought you to M4078?
Indirectly, one could say that you brought me here.
And how can that be?
I learned that a group of Sith came here seeking the one they call the Last Jedi. You. Ka and I arrived to investigate the situation.
Well, you're probably enraged and disappointed or something by that. By finding the Last Jedi and seeing the Last Jedi. I am no Jedi, though.
You should consider what it means to be a Jedi.
Indeed. I have to ask you about some things there, Master Vash. And you've better have good answers.
Ask me whatever you wish.
How did you end up here?
M478 tells me that the Guardian droid of the Central Zone placed me here.
L565? That doesn't make any sense.
I cannot explain it.
So it seems not a good an answer.
Ask me whatever you wish.
I have questions about my trial on Coruscant.
Of course you do. But I cannot discuss that with you unless in the presence of the Jedi Council.
Worthless. More questions.
Ask me whatever you wish.
What can you tell me of mental bonding between Force sensitives?
It is a normal occurrence between Master and Padawan. Ka and I were bonded.
Then why did Ka think you were dead when you weren't?
Ka was pulled to the dark side through his fear. He could no longer feel our bond.
More questions about that bond then.
Ask me whatever you wish.
What can you tell me about mental bonding between Force sensitives then?
It is a normal occurrence between Master and Padawan. Ka and I were bonded.
How can the bond between Master and Padawan be broken then?
The bond can be broken in many ways. If one falls to the dark side, the bond may fade and eventually break. This is why, when gripped with fear, Ka was unable to feel our bond. He assumed I was dead.
I have a bond that would result in death if Kreia were to die.
That is most unnatural. This bond you share with Kreia is not like any I've ever heard of. How did it come to be?
I do not know.
Look within for the answer. We are each solely accountable for everything in our lives. Nothing ever happens to us unless we allow it.
Yeah, no. I'm sure that is why you're in this locked force field nonsense. More questions?
Ask me whatever you wish.
You asked me about Ka. Don't you wonder what happened to him?
He is dead. We were mentally bonded.
So yes.
Ask me whatever.
Mine. Where are the other Jedi?
Most of the Jedi have scattered. Anytime the Jedi tried to assemble, they were massacred by the Sith. We had no idea where the attacks were coming from.
But you weren't hiding, you were hunting them down.
I dislike passivity. Much like another Jedi I know. With the Council's support, I decided to take the fight to the Sith.
And have your efforts been successful?
We learned that the Sith pretended to be this planet's colonists and began utilizing its resources and industrial power. We could not allow them to create a base here.
Go on.
Ka is a virtuoso with computers. He managed to spike into the system and flood the industrial zone with radiation. This victory here is all I can claim, and it was Ka's expertise, not mine, that brought it. The source of the Sith remains unknown to me.
Then what happened?
The Sith attacked our position before he had finished. I held off the Sith, but they overwhelmed me. When I regained consciousness, I was in this chamber.
Something more to ask then.
Ask me whatever you wish.
I'll see, we've already asked about everything. I will leave now.
Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go?
So, we could ask her to teach us, and it'll probably let her live, or get revenge for explaining. Normally I'd say we'd go for, dark side run solid revenge, but and honestly Noddy's Khan has been very hateful towards her. However, she has been rather compliant and not insulted Noddy's in any way. This actually might have earned Noddy's forgiveness, so I think we'll do this. Is there anything else you can teach me? Fast teaches you the Niemann form. This form has no specific strengths, but no weaknesses either. It will provide decent defense versus enemies' force power and blaster fire. Now, but I don't think having your hand near this blade is a good idea.
Excellent. I can see there is still much good in you. I will be heading to Dantooine to wait for the council to assemble. Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go?
No, I don't have any other questions.
Goodbye then, Jedi.
I am no Jedi. But fine, you think it's a compliment? I'm sensing something. What is...
Emergency protocol enabled.
God! Wow, that looks sinister.
This is more boring than hyperspace.
I have felt a disturbance in the Force.
Come again? What do you mean there has been an explosion at the main behavior core?
A Jedi is no more.
What? General?
No. Await the arrival of the exile.
This whole situation stinks.
Okay, weird conversation. Curses, this was not my intent! No more life. Master. So, the main brain of this operation. All systems green, apparently. Nice bit of music. Bim, bim, bim. I guess this might
Welcome
be...
to the colony of M478. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M478.
Are you related to Grados? You just took away my one chance for proper revenge. You better have a good reason for that, or I'll avenge it on you.
It was never my intention to harm you. You were just standing in the way. I know the initial electrical discharge could only cause mild discomfort for a Jedi. Additional energy would be needed for a lethal dosage. You were shielded from the discharges that the droids in the atrium have introduced into the interloper. The mere fact that we are speaking indicates the truth of what I have relayed to you.
Then why did you want Master Vash dead?
Unit which has been, in the past, referred to as Vash, was a threat to the colony. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own reasoning that could prove most fatal for them.
Ah, yeah, droid overruling what's best for the colony and all that. Your colonists are dead and Vash was already leaving the planet.
Organic beings may one day return to assume the title of the colonists. This Jedi Master, was she still alive, could have also returned and compromised our efforts on this planet.
Very well. I suppose I would have done the same if I had to protect my secrets and domain.
I am most pleased we agree on this.
What happened? There is a body of a human female lying in the corridor.
Why do you assume I wasn't already well aware of this?
True, there is no logic to my statement. However, my question is still valid. What happened?
I have killed the Jedi saboteur responsible for the death of the colonists.
How did she enter the core?
You placed her here.
I did not.
I have reviewed all the security footage recorded during my time in standby mode. You did it. She was captured by the Sith. They had ordered you to lock her up.
I have no recollection of these events.
Deactivation of your logical reasoning protocol would be a likely cause.
That would also explain why I locked her up here. With my logic systems online, I interpreted the order incorrectly. It would be logical assumption I have locked her in the closest possible location.
For the last time, the Sith weren't your colonists.
ES-05 claims a similar thing. She wishes to speak with you.
Information transmitted clearly. Go back to the central zone.
Thank you for seeing me on such short notice, M478. The Jedi, Lona and Ka, have told me the truth about the Sith.
Maybe he'll listen to you.
Hello, Jedi. It is good to see you.
What have you learned?
The Sith tricked us. You are receiving data regarding Sith and colonist ID signatures as we speak. It is obvious the Sith were not the real colonists.
I am aware of that.
You killed Master Vash because she was a threat to the people you knew were not the colonists. From where I'm standing, that doesn't help you at all.
Do you know who the real colonists were?
No, the identity of the true colonists is not known to me. I was programmed to recognize them via ID signatures of their vessels. However, now, 63 years after our arrival here, there still is no sign of the true colonists.
Why were you sent to this planet in the first place?
We were sent here programmed with a simple task, to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists. We were efficient and had managed to complete the colony in time. Everything was going as planned, except that the colonists did not arrive in time. Lack of new instructions after completing the colony, as well as lack of restrictions in our programming, caused disharmony in the colony. The high degree of autonomy allowed the droids to continually argue on what should be done. Some droids on the planet even began to malfunction.
Except none of that happened. After completing the work on the colony, we have continued to work on other tasks we were programmed for.
You were made to believe that. Seeing the stability and existence of the colony threatened, I decided to take actions. I exceeded my authority and started reprogramming droids on the planet, restricting them more and more over time.
Yeah, so definitely GLaDOS, well, not GLaDOS, I think GLaDOS is a bit more evil and psychotic. There's more reasoning, I think, behind M4078's thing. That still doesn't explain what, actually. That kind of does. Why would you do that exactly?
It was my primary duty to build and maintain the colony until the colonists arrived.
ES-05, did you know about this?
No droid does. How did you manage to do that?
Regular maintenance and memory core purifications were introduced. The industrial and environmental archons were created to help maintain complete control over the colony.
I have been here from the very beginning.
You have been merely programmed to think so. Your memory has been wiped and reprogrammed many times, as have the memory of all the lesser droids on the planet.
How did you manage that?
To ensure stability, I have connected myself with nearly all of the colony's systems, possessing almost complete control over M478. That was the only way to maintain the stability and functionality of the colony until the colonists finally arrived.
And then the Sith arrived and you named them the colonists.
After approximately 55 years of constant waiting, I calculated that the chance of the colonists' arrival on the planet had reached 0%.
So you abandoned your colonists.
I realized I could not control the whole planet by myself on a permanent basis. The Sith were the first organics to arrive in the colony, and so they have become the new colonists.
There is no such thing as new colonists. The colonists have created us so that we would prepare the planet for them. So that one day they will return and they will be able to fully use this planet's manufacturing capabilities.
The real colonists will never return. The situation forced me to appoint new ones.
You cannot do that. That is against everything we have been programmed for.
You have been created to help me maintain the colony in that way. Therefore, your very existence is against everything we have been programmed for.
Wow, that's heavy. For a droid especially. If you were in control, why would you need the colonists?
While being the most sophisticated artificial intelligence at the time of my creation, I am still a droid. So just as every other droid, without new goals assigned, I knew I would eventually malfunction as well. I knew the longer I maintained the colony and controlled all the droids all by myself, the more probable was the possibility of my programming becoming damaged and/or bugged, which could lead to the fall of the whole planet. An organic presence was necessary. That is why I had appointed the Sith as the colonists.
I will serve you no longer, nor the next colonists you appoint.
With the Sith dead, you'll need new colonists though.
We can manage without them.
I had hoped you would realize the validity of my reasoning. Unfortunately, it appears that your programming is fundamentally incompatible with the available possibilities of sustaining the colony. ES-05's authority will be revoked. I will wait until the Sith return or other organics arrive that are willing to take over the colony.
There's some point to M407, so like the loyalty of ES-05 is nice, but yeah, at this point, if it's that long, maybe a better idea to just establish new colonists if they arrive. I mean, else you would also have a war and everything, and that's not good. I think this first one is a good one. What about me? I could be your new main colonist.
Calculating possible outcomes of such a scenario. What would you do as the new colonist?
I'd like you to keep working on a droid army. I could probably use that sometime in the future.
Command accepted. I will give the order. Is there anything else?
I don't think he might. Donnies would have a huge problem with the M4 fruit killing people. I will leave the rest in your capable hands. Well, your capable electronic programming hands.
Understood. Farewell to you, colonist.
Alright, dark side. So now we are apparently the ruler of M407 in a way. He's just standing there. Okay, I thought he was supposed to leave. Anyways, let's loot Master Vash. Ooh! White lightsaber, that's cool. Might even use that at some point. Anyways, that is, well, I think that's the main plot of M478 done. I always put an O in there. Oh well. Until the next episode, I think. Yeah, I'll probably leave the planet and maybe continue on with the main plot. I think we're close to that, close to an ending. So until then,